Welcome back. Authorities want to shut down Hong Kong's last racing pigeon shop in Kwun Tong as the Urban Renewal Authority redevelops the area. Protesters demonstrated against the move and called on the government to do more to protect traditional businesses. Joao da Silva reports.
It requires a special breed of pigeons, and it's been practiced for thousands of years. Pigeon racing is the sport of releasing these specially trained birds, which then return to their homes over a carefully measured distance. But this tradition may be about to disappear in Hong Kong as the Urban Renewal Authority plans to shut down the city's last pigeon racing shop in Kwun Tong. It's a decision motivated by hygiene concerns and plans to redevelop this old neighborhood. But some aren't happy with this. Protesters awaiting the arrival of URA officers this afternoon say the government isn't doing enough to protect small traditional businesses.
I think this is a very treacherous local business. Yeah, I think if the government always say that the development and the preservation can make a balance, but in this case, I don't think so. Yeah, so I think this time is for us to not only the pigeon shop but other small shops, small business.
The shop owner Leo Kam Hung says he's been authorized to move the business to Bird Street in Mongkok, but he won't be allowed to have his pigeons on show there. That's despite Mr. Leung claiming to have provided authorities with evidence showing that the animals are in good health. After another racing pigeon shop was shut down in Sai Kung during a bird flu scare 4 years ago, this became Hong Kong's last surviving such business. Mr. Leung claims that last year alone they've won dozens of races and the birds have been repeatedly used in official National Day celebrations. But it seems these birds will not be seen again anytime soon, at least in the sky above Hong Kong. Joao da Silva, TVB News.
Chief Secretary for Administration Carrie Lam has promised poverty alleviation measures in the Chief Executive's policy address in January, now that the poverty line has been defined. Secretary for Labor and Welfare Matthew Cheung, meanwhile, says authorities are conducting an in-depth study on ways to help poverty-stricken working families with children. The goal is to prevent intergenerational poverty. Jenny Lam reports.
The government may have defined what is poor in Hong Kong by drawing up a poverty line, but the less well-off will have to wait until January before the government decides how to help them. Chief Secretary for Administration Carrie Lam, who chairs the Commission on Poverty, promised today that something will be done. Otherwise, she added, the government would only be asking for trouble. She acknowledged that even with the statutory minimum wage, many people who work long hours are still unable to make ends meet. That, in turn, she warned, will result in poverty being passed from one generation to the next if nothing is done. The poverty line is such that a single person making less than $3,600 a month will be considered poor. And according to government data, 1 in 3 elderly people in Hong Kong lives below the poverty line. Lam, though, says the number may be an exaggeration because many older folks who do not have an income may have personal assets and are therefore not really poor. So, in coming up with poverty relief measures, there will be assets evaluation procedures to prevent abuse. In a newspaper article, Carrie Lam stressed the need to come up with poverty relief measures that will encourage people to find work. And a priority is to look after the educational needs of the next generation. Secretary for Labor and Welfare Matthew Cheung says his bureau is looking into ways to provide help for poverty-stricken working families with children.
The idea is it's basically to promote employment, promote self-reliance, but at the same time to help children, particularly children at school, in order to also tackle the problem of intergenerational poverty.
The goal, he added, is to turn Hong Kong into a more caring and compassionate community. Jenny Lam, TVB News.
Hong Kong commuters can hop on electric minibuses starting next month. They're designed to suit the busy streets of Hong Kong. Our Kirti Nandwani gives us a sneak peek.
This looks like a traditional minibus, so what's special? It's the city's first battery-powered minibus. The bus is 7 meters long, seats 16, and has a unique onboard generator that charges en route or when the vehicle's idling or parked.
Well, in the urban area, mostly, in particular for public light bus operations, it's always start and stop. So we're able to recover the maximum amount of regenerative power so that the energy efficiency, we can increase it by 100% compared with the conventional diesel vehicle.
When fully fueled up, it can run for 450 kilometers compared to diesel minibuses, which can run for only 300 kilometers. The e-minibus is 50% more fuel efficient and can reduce up to 70% of greenhouse gas emissions. The lifespan of these green minibuses can be as long as 15 years. The first 12 electric minibuses will join the fleets of the 3 major light bus operators in mid-October. Manufacturers say the buses are perfect for Hong Kong roads.
Even a short street, we take up a set down more than 10 times. That's why the technology of the Euro 4 and Euro 5 is not suitable in Hong Kong operation. This kind of what we call is a hybrid electric bus. We can operating 24 hours.
The new minibuses will be deployed to routes covering Tsim Sha Tsui, Tuen Mun, and Southern District.
This electric minibus comes at a hefty price tag of over $1 million, twice as much as a traditional one. Kirtinan Dwani, TVB News.
I understand you have a long rundown for us in sports today,
I do.
Chris?
And we'll get started with some football. And Luis Suarez scored twice as Liverpool beat Sunderland 3-1. Reds are off to a fast start in the English Premier League and were boosted by the return of their prolific striker. Jameson Wong has more. Baseball and an unusual no-hitter on the final day of the regular season. Portugal's Rui Costa won the men's road race world championships in Italy. And a race featuring fast electric cars may be held on the streets of Hong Kong next year. The International Automobile Association is considering our city for the third stop of an international competition, and local authorities have responded positively to the proposal. Stephanie Choi has more.
President of the Hong Kong Automobile Association, Lawrence Yu, hopes the racecourse will run 3 kilometers from the International Finance Centre in Central, along Long Wall Road past central government offices, and end at the Hong Kong Convention and Exhibition Centre in Wan Chai. The government has responded positively to the proposal so far, but the details still need to be worked out. Yu believes such a race will raise Hong Kong's profile as a tourist destination. District Councillor for the Central and Western Districts, Cheng Lai King, backs the idea in principle, but says the police will have to let the public know about road closures and diversions well before the event.
From all of us, enjoy your National Day holiday tomorrow.
Good night.
Tuesday.